What's going on, guys and gals? Chris the Bonafide Hustler coming to you live from the inside of my spaceship. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about overcoming, maybe, achieving your goals, overcoming procrastination, which is a huge issue, whether you are a reseller, whether you want to achieve, more lifestyle or better fitness or something like that. A lot of times, procrastination can get in the way, and not setting the right kind of goals can get in the way as well. So this is a live show real quick, and there's going to be some live comments. I'm going to open it up with some tips, and then I'm going to close it out with some Q&A. What's up, Jenemy? Good to see you guys. What's up, Darren? Yeah, I just came out of the gym. I'll prove it to you right now. So, I just came out of the gym, had a badass shoulder workout. There we are at LA Fitness. Got here at 5:40 in the morning or something like that. And yeah, it was just an awesome workout. I tweaked my shoulder probably yesterday, a little bit. And, I was kind of hesitant coming in today. I always come in the gym. Even if I'm hurt or sick, I will always come in the gym and always keep the range of motion going and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, yeah, I went in there, tested the shoulder out. Everything seemed fine. So I had a medium day with medium volume, awesome workout. But anyways, it's not about the workout. A lot of people ask me, how can I stay so consistent? You're a machine, nobody's like you. And that's completely false. I mean, there are a lot of people that are like me, but they execute well on different things in their life, right? They might execute well hanging out with their kids or playing with, their kids, sports teams, whatever. They might execute flawlessly right there, but they don't seem to take that same discipline and realize that it can help you drastically in other parts of your life, whether it be financially or in a fitness sense. So you got to understand, everyone's really strong at something. Even the laziest people out there, they might be lazy, but they're super good at video games, for example, right? And they don't realize, the dedication to video games, if they just took that same discipline, that same dedication, and just applied it somewhere else in their life, they could conquer that other thing that maybe they've been so scared of approaching they didn't know how to do it. And that's when you can realize the power of overcoming procrastination, right? Procrastination occurs in typically places where you sense pain. And pain is, it's not fight or flight, but it's more or less, how do I say it? Pain versus pleasure. This is just a human thing that we will almost always pick the pleasure route versus the pain route, unless you train your subconscious to realize that A, you can achieve anything that you want, and B, if you start chasing more of that painful route, you're going to fail more, but you're going to learn a lot more about yourself. So that's really important. So one of my biggest tips that I can give you for overcoming procrastination is just get out there and start failing, right? Very important. Is to just start acting and getting out there. So people say, you always hear this, whether it be Tony Robbins or your favorite motivational speaker or whatever, take action, right? Because when you act, you're going to find something about yourself. You're going to find out, how dedicated you are. You're going to figure out, basic stuff like that. You're going to figure out whether you win or whether you lose. But to find that out is the most important thing. To sit back and do nothing means regret later on, more than likely. It means all kinds of things. It means having a life that is not fulfilled. So you have to fail, right? We failed so many times with the green room and different things. I've failed many times in the gym, been injured many times. All the sports that I do, and I'm not talking football, baseball, basketball, because I don't do that kind of stuff, but I do all this other kind of stuff, mountain biking, surfing, wakeboarding, snowboarding, all this stuff. I have been injured in every one of those sports. I've had setbacks galore, but that comes with, doing things that you enjoy. That comes with all that kind of chasing the pleasure versus the pain, right? Because I know that stuff makes me really happy. So anyways, one of the other things I want to talk to you guys about before we get into a Q&A real quick is the goal setting part, right? A lot of people were like, okay, so I kind of get what you're saying, but how do I incorporate that into my life? How do I just start failing a whole bunch, and how do I just take your advice and make it a little bit more real world? So one of the main things that I can tell you guys is that if you're going to go to if you're really going to want to crush a goal, one of the most important things is to try to not do it alone, right? So whether it be fitness or reselling, for a person to come into the reselling space and want to do eBay and oh my God, I saw some Facebook ad and oh, people are making money on eBay, amazing, or I heard it from Gary Vee, amazing, and then they go into it alone. You know how many more mistakes you're going to make if you don't just saturate yourself maybe with YouTube videos, or you don't join a free group, a Facebook group, or even a paid group like the one that I run. You know how much more money you're going to waste? You know how much more, you know how many failures you're going to incur? And the rate of, how do I say it? But the rate of true failure is greatly increased when you don't have home runs under your belt, you know, small successes, medium grade successes. It's not good. Like, if you want to succeed, you gotta do it alone. You have to do it with other people, and B, you have to learn from others' mistakes. That way you prevent it from, you know, yourself doing the mistake. So that's really important. If you want to set a goal, make sure that you do not try to do it alone. Like, get around people. Some people, that's the reason why some of these home workouts and stuff don't really succeed very well. P90X was a really good one. You know, there's some Billy Blank stuff, some Tybo, there's Insanity and all that kind of stuff, but it's done in your own home, where like there are massive amounts of distractions. And you know, if you were to take that mentality, or like, I want to work out, and get around active people, whether it be from meetup.com, or if you go to just a gym, like a cheap gym, Planet Fitness, who cares? Like, just start joining a gym and getting around other people that are in better shape than you. That's a huge, huge piece of the puzzle when you're trying to achieve your goals. So you got to saturate yourself in the person that you want to become. So if you want to, you know, if you're overweight maybe, and if you are low, you know, low activity level and range of motion is pretty much hindered, you know, are you going to take that card in your life? I mean, if you really want to live a good life, you're going to have to start understanding that you don't have to take the cards that you're dealt. In fact, you can reshuffle the deck and make anything that you want. If you want double aces, you know, on your, I mean, that's what you can get. You can get that out of life. But you're going to have to understand that the deck of cards doesn't necessarily mean like you have to play that, right? You can always reshuffle the deck and always put things into your favor. So that being said, that's my first tip, is to not do it alone. Okay, so super, super important. Don't do it alone. And the second most important thing is to really switch it up a lot. Like, if you're in this fitness game, honestly, if you can get what's called programming, which is usually done by personal trainers, but a good personal trainer is going to program like every 2 weeks something different, like every 3 weeks something different. You don't want to be on this same routine for 4 weeks, 6 weeks. It's not that good. So you have to make sure that you switch the programming up. You can go to high volume, low volume, you know, plyometric, HIIT workouts, but you got to switch it up. And you know, that's the reason why some of the CrossFit stuff has been so effective, is because, you know, they almost sometimes just spin a wheel and like, okay, what workout were you doing today for 20 minutes, you know, and we're going to go all out. And it's a completely different kind of thing. Although, if you're doing CrossFit, I highly suggest that you do it with the best CrossFit gym in your town, because that stuff's been known to screw up people's bodies like royally. That's like a chiropractor's like dream come true, is a CrossFit gym, or more CrossFit gyms in the city. So just understand that. I mean, a lot of this stuff is Olympic-based lifting, going past your physical thresholds. Yeah, I don't advise on it, but the sequence, I mean, the stuff behind CrossFit is interesting, right? It's very Jim Jones-ish. It's an interesting way of training, but the supervision is just not there. So anyway, so that was, you know, the tips I want to give you. Don't do it alone. And then switch it up. All right, so set small goals, yeah, but switch it up. Like, if you're always doing the same thing, I mean, can you imagine if you're like cracking into reselling, you're like, all I gotta do is just you know, sell 2 amazing things this week and I'll be happy, right? And then you sit there and you're like, all right, and you're 8 weeks down the road, you're like, all right, all I gotta do today, this week, is sell 2 things this week. I mean, if you're crushing two things a week, and you're already in the 4th week and you're already doing it and you're proficient, it's time to go to 3 things a week, or 4 things a week, or expand your knowledge. Like, always be switching it up. It's so important, because that's how you evolve. So I'm trying to tie in some stuff with reselling with lifestyle, but you kind of get what I'm saying. Now I'm going to open it up for a Q&A. I got 40 people here. That's surprising, because here in Austin it's like 7:30, and quite honestly, I'll be completely honest with you guys, but there is a garage sale opening up at 8, and I am in the general area of town, and it's just early. Like, this is super early for an early bird. So I was like, you know what? I'll just do a Q&A, a lifestyle show, and see if anyone shows up. And I'm really surprised that 40, 38 of you guys, gals, are out there and wanting to learn some more things. So let's open up to a Q&A so I can give you guys as much value as I can. And yeah, I think it would be really important. So Eric Pierce says, it's like climbing a mountain 1 step at a time. It's really, really important that you understand that philosophy. You don't have to go balls to the wall immediately, crack into it really slow. That's one of the things that I need to work out, like, after I come back from vacations, is typically when I'll go on vacations, I do what's called a deload. I go into a super high rep, like low weight kind of workout, like super high. I mean, and in this past time when I went to Colorado like a week ago, I didn't work out at all because snowboarding is pretty, you know, that's heavy on the body, for especially if you're doing it for like 8 hours a day. So that alone, I'm like, that's enough stress for my body. I took the whole week off, and it's amazing. So yeah, okay, so I lost my train of thought, but someone's question, is it true that a different body needs a different kind of workout? Yes and no. Like, there's different mechanics in the body, you know, like if your body posture has been bad your entire life, for example, right, and you're slouched forward and your spine starts to like curve in a certain way, to undo that, you're going to need a lot of time and a lot of conscious thought on straightening everything back out, because your body literally for decades has been in this one position and has formed itself around that. So how do I put it into perspective? You know, different body types, is it true? Yeah, like a super overweight person is probably going to want to do things that are body weight oriented, or not do full movements of things like lunges or stuff like that, because their ligaments, their joints are not prepared to go in those different you know, angles or different altitudes, I guess, you know, ups and downs. So you have to crack into it much slower. And that's the reason why I think a lot of that stuff on The Biggest Losers, you know, whatever, you know what I'm talking about, it's crap, because they take someone from 0 to 100 real quick, Drake style, right? And that's unsustainable, right? It's so stupid. Like, most of the people on that show completely rebound, and they're never in the same amount of shape, because they go from 0 to 100 real quick, and that's not the way to do it. You want to go to 0 to 10, you know, relatively quick, but never do 0 to 100 real quick, ever. Even if Drake says it in his songs, don't ever do it. So anyways, yeah. So for different body types, some people, you know, there's a whole diagram of like ectomorph, mesomorph, endomorph, you know. Everyone's got a different body type. Some people are, you have to approach the training with the kind of metabolism and body structure that you have. So if you are more overweight or heavy set or something like that, your metabolism is probably low, and your body mechanics are kind of shifted around from all those years, and you're going to have to undo some of that stuff. And so you might be looking at a little bit more activity than somebody that's like super skinny that now has to eat a lot and train really heavy to put muscle on and get in a caloric surplus. People that are overweight and have different body mechanics and they want to get everything back to normal usually have to be in a deficit, a caloric deficit, for a little bit. And intermittent fasting will help with that. There's all kinds of stuff, but that's a really big question, and I don't necessarily have the answer in this small time frame to give you. But yeah. So what else we got here? Don't forget to smash the like button, everyone. Thank you so much, Adam. That is really cool. I'm so glad the weekend is here. Yesterday, I got paid $10 in super chat, which I think the creator and YouTube, I might walk with like 6. But anyways, that's at least 2 Doppios here in town, right? That should be 3, because a Doppio is $2.11 at Starbucks, but I hate Starbucks. That's about 2 Doppios in town. So this weekend, on behalf of 2 amazing people, oh, here we go. Darren Eckelman gave me $1.99. Cool. That's probably now 3 Doppios in town, or maybe 2 alcoholic beverages. And it's the weekend. I can't wait to just relax and have some fun. I don't ever work out on the weekends. I always do active stuff like mountain biking. And the weekend to me is like Saturday, Sunday. But I always do like really fun stuff that I always want to do because there's no traffic and I can go anywhere in town. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, thank you so much for that donation. That was super cool. It's amazing. YouTube's amazing. I'm telling you, like, the power of the person at the other end to connect with the creator is just phenomenal. So let's get into more Q&A. What do you guys got? Yeah, what do we got? It's Friday. That's right, Heather Smith. It is Friday. It's amazing. Go follow my bod damn channel, okay? One of my videos is going crazy on that channel, by the way. But go check it out. Bod damn, okay, on YouTube. It's my other workout channel, so go check it out. Do I do workout mentoring? It's a terrific question. I'm getting some things in line to where that is part of the program. Yeah. I already have a HIIT program built behind the scenes that I have to test and everything. I am probably going to transcribe the workout that I'm currently on that I started recently, and that one needs to be transcribed and probably shown. There are a couple of things. There's so many things that are like in my head right now. Adam A517 says He gave me $2, so that's cool. Now I got like maybe 3 or 4 Dopios. Man, I'm gonna have a caffeine overload, man. Bonafide arrhythmia is coming. But thank you so much for that donation. Man, people are donating all kinds of stuff. That's cool, man. So where was I? Let's get some more questions going, because they're really good questions. You guys are like asking amazing questions. Some of them require very, very long tirades and dissertations of responses, but I can't do that. But they're really good questions, almost every single one of them. What's the best upcoming month to request a riding along? I'm from about 4 hours away. Bernie, hit me up on Facebook, and I will star your name and just say I was in the chat. My name is Bernie. I might be coming in June or something. I would like to do a ride along. I will star your name, and then when it comes down to like ride along slots, like I look at the stars only. So let me know. Facebook. More questions. See, the thing is, like when the questions come up, they fade away pretty quick. So I have to, you keep asking your question. What month is the meetup this year? It's in June. June 6th through 9th. Technically, it's really the 5th through 9th. And I am booking something secret for the 5th. We will open it up to the public, but it will be at a much higher rate. So that is coming soon, in about a month or 2. But the green roomers do get the best discount. So it's a lot of fun. I'm telling you. Do I count my macros? This is a terrific question from Jeremy. When you're first starting out, you're probably going to want to do it. If you're going to get it in a caloric deficit, that's really important to do. It's much easier to hit a caloric deficit when you do intermittent fasting, so keep that in mind. Whether you do a 3-hour fast in the morning or 5 hours or sometimes 8 hours in the morning, you have sometimes, if you have to be, let's say, at 1,800 calories, which is a small cut, or not a cut, but it's a deficit, right? Most people 2,000 calories, 2,200. But if you can survive, 1,800 for a month or something like that, and do it through intermittent fasting, it's going to be less painful in your body. You're going to feel a little bit better. I think you'll like it. So that alone, like just a caloric deficit, intermittent fasting, and light workout will already start to shed some of the weight off of you. Who's stronger, E-Money or Bonafide? I am stronger. Intermittent fasting, if it fits in your macros. So the IIFYM, if it fits in your macros, I like it, but I don't ever count my macros. I don't ever count them, because who the hell wants to go through life doing that? Now, I think it's really important to count your macros maybe in the first month or 2. So that way you kind of get, an idea of where your weak points are, maybe where you go overboard. So I think it's advisable. I know Raykin did it that way. And some people with a little bit more discipline don't have to, but it's advisable. MyFitnessPal is probably your best app. And check that out. MyFitnessPal has like everything, even down to like restaurants, broken down to like, how many macros are in everything. And for the people that aren't familiar with IIFYM, it's basically like tracking down to the calorie, like everything that you are consuming, actually to the gram, sorry. But yeah, that way you can kind of see every day, am I shooting past my caloric deficit that I'm supposed to be on? And a lot of people shoot over it, and they have no idea that they're shooting over it, and hence that's why they're gaining weight. So IIFYM is really important to consider, but it's not sustainable. There's no way. Like, no one wants to be whipping out an app before they eat any piece of food for the rest of their life. It's just bonkers. Like, so don't look at it as a long-term kind of play. Look at it as a short-term to highlight, okay, like caloric dense foods, I get it. Like, these kind of foods are better for me, and this is what I probably should be eating more of, or here's the time of day when I pack on a lot, or on the weekends I tend to go like, I shoot way over, I'm 50% over my deficit. That's not good. And so an app like that can highlight it for you, because numbers don't lie, right? Okay, so that's the answer to that question right there. Any more questions, let me know. Like I said, when the question comes up, it fades away in like 3 seconds, so I have to be quick and look at it, and hopefully I can help you guys out. What time is it right now? This garage sale is opening up soon. Do I do any boxing or MMA for cardio? I don't. I usually do mountain biking, skateboarding, things like that. And when the lake season comes, I'll be wake surfing and wakeboarding a whole bunch. I've considered doing boxing training this year, but I'm not 100%. 7:38. Thanks, Heather. Thank you so much. I have 22 minutes before the garage sale. I'm telling you, man, I'm still a bona fide hustler, right? I haven't left the game yet. I don't plan to. I really like doing it. I've been doing intermittent fasting for about a month. Fireside 1, dropped 9 pounds. I feel great. 20 inches of snow today. Yeah. Okay, so HIIT sessions for weight loss is a great question from Evan S. HIIT workouts are super effective, right? I mean, incredibly effective. Whether you're considering doing a 30-minute bike ride or an hour-minute, like I'm going to go for an hour. I'm going to get on my hybrid bike and I'm going to go, do stuff around the lake that's here in this town, for example. Or I'm going to go around downtown on the pathway and I'm going to get on my hybrid bike. You could burn the same, if not more calories doing a HIIT workout and burn that in 20 minutes. So HIIT is amazingly effective, but it's not something that should be drawn out usually past 20 minutes or the 30-minute mark, right? Like an hour of HIIT is just kind of stupid. So it's not sustainable. Like no one really wants to go through that kind of stuff. But 20 minutes, 30 minutes, like super effective. That combined with a really good programmed weight strength resistance program is going to be perfect. So you just need some strength resistance based training, which is weights, and HIIT workouts maybe 3 or 4 times a week. You'll be good to go. And then the other 3 days of the week, just leisurely walk around or like have fun, you know, mountain bike, whatever you want to do. That's the reason why I like mountain biking a lot too, because it requires my heart to accelerate, decelerate, you know, anticipate all kinds of things, plus my entire body, you know, 50% of the time is off the bike, so it's a lot of core. Things can go completely wrong, which is, I don't know why I like that, but I do. But yeah, I tend to go for more sports that things can get pretty catastrophic pretty quickly. That's just the way my mind is, and that's where I find my happiness, is in those moments. So anyways, and it's been proven that through rigorous exercise past a certain amount of time, you activate 2 out of 5 brain waves, okay? And they can only be activated through very, very few things. But it's usually exercises that are endurance based, or activities like riding bikes or something like that. And people, the 2 brain waves get stimulated, and those 2 brain waves are proven to contribute to true happiness. Like, and they say those 2 brain waves, the way you know you're in it, and this is the essence behind my private label brand, by the way, is that feeling. And if you don't know what that feeling is, and I'm telling you, it's the best feeling in the world, but it takes a while to get to it. But that feeling, you are absolved of all the needs of a human being. Like, you don't care about water, you don't care about food, you don't care about sex or shelter or any of that kind of stuff. It's just like you're so in the moment, and you are almost floating, right? And so that feeling really exists. And no, you can't get it with drugs or anything like that. You actually have to only get it through physical exercise or intense bouts of concentration, like working on a project. They say that those 2 brainwaves can get stimulated through that as well. But I've never really felt it through that. But I've always felt it through training-based things, like maybe I'm an hour into a mountain bike ride, or I'm 4 hours into surfing, something like that, or, you know, on the mountain in Vail recently, 7 or 8 hours of snowboarding. It's just a feeling. I can't describe it other than it's intense happiness, like in the certain place that you are in the world at that given time. Like, you don't care about anything else. It's weird. So, but that's called a flow state. That's the true name of it. But the flow state is when 2 out of 5 brain waves are stimulated, and they're hardest to stimulate brain waves, and they only occur during those times. What else we got? Another question. Don't tell me what the Texas time is, by the way. It's a blissful state. That's right, Kim's Shop Nelson. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, bliss. I guess it's, you know, such a weird word that people use, and I never realized like what it truly meant. And so I guess that's a perfect way to kind of explain it. Do I work out while I'm sick? Nika Bonnet, yes I do, but I hardly ever get sick, so that should be stated as well. I don't know if it's because of all the water I drink. I don't know if it's because of my diet. I don't know if it's because of how many times I work out, but I hardly ever get sick. And when I'm sick, I will go into the gym and I'll perform at 40% of my max, or 30% or so. I'm still going in to maintain my range of motion. And yeah, I can't recall the last time I've been in a bed like completely, you know, effed up. I think that might have been high school or something like that, and that was just my parents told me to stay home. Like, I don't know if I was really that sick, but I don't know. I don't get sick. Let me clarify something. So someone's asking, what's the best skate trick that you can do? Look, so like the skating that I do is different. It's like longboard skating. I skate these boards called handboards. And so it's a lot of longboard skating and a lot of just surfy kind of movements. And I do it for muscle memory mainly, and it's really, really fun. But I do it to maintain muscle memory mostly, because all those movements on a board can translate to other things like wake surfing and wakeboarding, and like board control is super important. Just like it's as important as being able to ride a bike. Being able to control a board under your feet, whether you're strapped in or not strapped in, is like super, super key into learning some of these other sports. Do I drink purified water? If so, what kind? No, I drink tap water. Are vitamins important? Vitamins, you know, there's such an argument between all that. I take multivitamins. I take gummy multivitamins that I know have calories, so I take them after my fast is over. But there's been hearsay that, you know, like chewing vitamins is worthless. Yeah, all that kind of stuff is just worthless. So it's hard to say. Darren Eckelman's giving me $1.99 saying, thanks for the motivational speeches. Man, I am like doing really well in Super Chat on this video. It's because of you guys. I guess the value is there, right? But yeah, on the vitamins thing, it's been said that, you know, more water-based vitamins are better versus chewing vitamins. Look, can you really tell? This is the thing, is like I've been off most of my supplements now, let's say for about a month. Like no more, I'm not on creatine, I'm not on glutamine, I'm not on arginine, I'm not on any of these things that I take. I'm on B12 and multivitamins, that's all. And I'm taking a, you know, I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, okay, what are these things really doing for me? Except for BCAAs, which I think are super crucial, which I need to work on getting more of those in my body. But there's certain things that are proven for sure. And as a workout person, you can tell when certain things work better than others. But when I've gotten off this stuff, I got off for two reasons. One, to see if this stuff is really working, and two, because it's really good to cycle through things, right? You don't ever want to be on something all the time. And I don't know if I've noticed that much of a difference, but I also haven't like shot many photos of myself or anything like that, or made many goddamn videos recently in the past like 2 weeks. So I don't know. So I have to figure that out. And I'm always doing like self-experiments, always. What kind of B12 do I take? I take a dissolved, okay, it's not a chewable because you're not supposed to chew it. You're supposed to leave it under your tongue. It comes from Costco. It's just Kirkland B12. It's a little tiny tablet. You put it under your tongue and you let it dissolve and do its thing. But you're not supposed to chew it. I don't know why, but that's the directions that it has. I swear this guy's gonna hit my car. He's backing into a parking spot right now. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway. Terrifying. And it has a disabled tag on the back of it too, which is like even more terrifying. So, okay. What else we got? More questions. And what time is it? I know this garage sale's almost done. Chris, when do you think the bag guide will be ready? It's a good question. I'm 20% done with the bag guide. I plan to work on the bag guide today. And yeah, 20% done. I have to merge a bunch of PDFs at the very end, and that kind of sucks, but I figured that out yesterday, that the program that I'm using only allows like 30 PDF slides, and then it maxes out, so I have to like make it in stages. But Darren Eckelman has a super chat question. Let me know that question again. Sorry, man. But yeah, the bag guide's gonna be awesome. I'm trying to chock it full of just stuff that I know about. Like, it will not be encompassing. I would love to say like it'll tell you everything about bags, men's and women's, and every genre of bag. It's not going to, like, because at that point you'd be getting some really bad information on some of that stuff that I just don't know about. Like, I'm gonna make this guide is made to make you money. It's not made to act like I know everything about bags, because I don't, but I know a lot about certain bags, and that's what this guide's gonna have in it. So you'll be able to make some really good money from this guide, but you have to understand it's not encompassing. Do I listen to motivational speeches? Yes, I do. The ones on my phone, I can't remember who they're from or whatever, but I frequently listen to motivational podcasts. Adam Frisella is a good one. It's called Adam Frisella. He's a really big guy that hangs out with, I don't know if he hangs out with Gary Vaynerchuk, but he knows him real well. I also listen to Grant Cardone when I have a chance. These are just podcasts you can find on iTunes. What else do I listen to? I like Tony Robbins. He's a little bit more general. And then who else do I like? I like certain people on YouTube. I can tell you that Stefan James or Stefan Palernos, like, he pretty much has his stuff together. I like him a lot. Some of Pat Flynn's stuff is pretty good. I like reading certain. I usually like I don't like reading motivational stuff. I like to listen to that more. And it's just because if I'm going to read something, it's going to be something that's going to probably be a little bit more marketing based. So. Anyways, yeah, I listen to motivational speeches and motivational podcasts a bunch, and there's like 2 or 3 that are on my playlist that I listen to a lot, but I can't remember who. It's not Zig Ziglar. It's another person that's kind of older, and it's not Carnegie or any of these people. It's someone else. But if you said it, then I'd be like, oh yeah. And he talks a lot. It talks a lot about subconscious. So It's an older dude, talks a lot about subconscious and auto-suggestion. So I listen to that as well, because that's a lot of times the underlying aspect of everything is auto-suggestion and convincing your subconscious that you're someone different. And that usually is the first starting point, truly. So when you tell people like, oh, build a good habit or start slow, and all this kind of build small goals, really you want to influence your subconscious more than anything. And being able to do that through auto-suggestion is like super important. So anyways, all right, what else we got here? I've been live for 30 minutes. That's unbelievable. And this phone is just sitting here. I'm on 3G. I cannot believe it's actually like transmitting to you guys the way it is. A couple more questions and I'm going to go to a garage sale. That's right, 10 minutes to cheddar time. It is. I'm pumped. I have money in my bank. Shorty, what you think? If you're getting up that early to work out, what time do I normally go to bed? How many hours of sleep a night? I would love to say that I always get 7 or 8, which is what I'm chasing right now. It's very hard to do. But I usually fall asleep by 11 and I wake up at 5. My first alarm is at 5:20. I have 2 alarms, 5:20 and 5:30. So kind of tells you right there. I try to get to bed. I try to be in the bed by 10:30, not looking at any screens or anything, like in the bed by 10:30, and then up by 5:20. The first alarm I always get up. So thank you, Darren. I know 3G. It's like you're streaming really well for 3G. I am. I can't believe it. So it's Sprint, right? Everyone hates Sprint, but I love it. What was the other? Some more questions. Let's get 2 more, and then I'm gonna like space shuttle this craft all the way down to the garage sale, which is like 5 minutes away. Hey Darren, thank you so much. You gave me a like on this video. Thank you. You remind me of the La Bamba movie. Oh, interesting. Yeah, my hair's getting that way. Bake the cheddar, makes it crispy. I'm gonna give it my best shot. I think I have 4 garage sales to see, and it's a Friday morning, so that's pretty cool. And then a couple thrift stores and stuff, so it should be really good. Where's E-Money? E-Money actually this morning took off for San Francisco, so he's in that one area of town. If there's any way that you can get in touch with him, you can meet him in San Francisco. But he's doing the normal stuff. He's doing the Fisherman's Wharf thing, Pier 39 and Alcatraz, and he's staying right around that area. So what's up, Tom Sawyer? Dude, bro, what's cracking? You know, a good workout just happened. That's what's cracking. I'm waiting about 20, maybe 30 more minutes. I might break my 5-hour fast today a little early. And I got a banana. And I have a protein shake ready to go. It just needs water. So there you go. Don't forget, guys, if you're interested in all this kind of stuff, especially if you're a male, the Bod Damn channel, I just checked the stats on it. It's like 98% males that watch my channel. And that's cool. I mean, I made a lot of the content for, you know, people that are 20 to 50 years old that are males and they want to improve their body. But if you're there, if you go there and check it out, I'm going to make some female-based content with my wife. So I don't know when, but I know that's going to happen. But still go check it out, Bod Damn on YouTube. I think you would really enjoy it. There's some really good tips in there, trust me. And there's some like true workouts that I do, like I film them, and that's sitting in there as well. And there's some good quick tips. There's all kinds of weird stuff in that channel. I think there's almost like 80 videos up. So definitely go check it out. Chocolate protein powder, PB2 and a banana and ice. Yeah, cool. So that's the one way you can make a really good smoothie. If I was home and I had the Vitamix, I could make the smoothie. And typically in a smoothie for me, it's going to be a serving and a half of Greek yogurt. We're going to have 2 scoops of whey protein. That alone right there is probably like 70 grams of protein. You could argue that the human body couldn't even process that, but with how much tearing down of muscle that I do weekly, like I just go over. I just do. And I don't have, like, I probably at 11% body fat right now, maybe 12. So I know that the extra protein is not adding to fat. I know that. So it's probably being used, my guess. Don't forget a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, which is supposed to be really good for you. Matcha tea is supposed to be good. That's one thing where even the recommended RDA, not even RDA, the recommended dosage of a matcha green tea, like pure matcha, oh my God. I did like research on like what to take as my first dose, and it was like a quarter of a teaspoon. Something super, super small. And I took it, and man, I felt so weird all day long. Not all day, for like at least 5 hours. It's just a weird feeling. I don't know if I like that. So I have to scale that back. I think maybe I'm just like super sensitive to matcha, but that's supposed to be an amazing thing to put in your smoothies. I like to put blueberries in my smoothies too, like amazing antioxidant. Bananas, those 2 scoops of whey, and then the Greek yogurt, and then, you know, if I'm on my phase where I'm doing a bunch of supplements, then I'll put creatine in there, I'll put glutamine, put arginine, I'll put zinc and magnesium. There's a couple other, BCAAs, of course, and then a couple other ones. I made a video on Boddamn somewhere about that one, like what supplements should I take. I think that's what it's called. So anyways, thanks, Brian. I think it's gonna help you out, so thanks for subscribing to it. Yeah, don't forget to like leave comments and interact, because that's the way you really get things done, is you have to take steps forward. Looking forward to some videos with my wife. She's fun. Yeah, we're gonna be doing like booty videos and stuff like that. Sorry, but like, A, that stuff is catchy, and B, everyone wants a really good looking butt. So like, I think my wife has a good butt, and when she's on, like when she's training hard, which late single day, and she can never give me the answer to that. So that part is tough. I don't like spending hours on something and knowing that there's almost a high rate of failure at the end. So I have to be very careful. I have to build her something that's good enough for her week, you know, whether it's 3 super intense workouts or 4 medium grades. I got to build something. So but those things are gonna be interesting. We're gonna be showing some of that stuff on the channel too. I'm gonna be going full force on Boddamn this year, like crazy amounts of stuff. So I'm gearing up for that. Yeah, I know it's probably go time for this garage sale, so I'm definitely gonna go to it. I'm gonna answer 2 more questions. Okay, what's up, Yves Tessier? Good to see you. Yes, so 2 more questions. Let's see who the lucky 2 are, and let's see if I can answer them for you. If I can't answer them for you, I'll let you know, but if I can, or I can shed some light on some stuff, I'll help you out. Man, my hair's getting so long. Get that cheddar, man. You guys are definitely using that term a whole lot. I never made up that term. That term is from like early 2000s rap music, but yeah, I love it. Good term, good term. Bread, cheddar, Skrilla, like all really good terms for money. Thanks, Nika, awesome. All right, 2 more questions, let's go. I ain't leaving until 2 more questions come up. How much do I need to save up for Austin in June? It's a good question, LOL. You know, many people that come here in this town end up making more than the money that they spend, because they thrift. They thrift and they have fun. They do RA. Like, it's not uncommon. Like, it's super common for people to be reselling here. That's what a lot of people do. So they come to town. They basically, I bring all these green roomers in. They destroy my town, and I have no more opportunity for like a week because they clear everything. But that said, it's amazing because it just proves that you can hustle on vacation and make that money back or more. It's not uncommon for people to make 4 times the cost of the meetup or 10 times the cost of the meetup, because that happens all the time. So how much should you save up? What does the meetup cost? Well, there's transit, you know, there's all that kind of stuff. Many people drive in, some people fly in. And then there's the ticket itself, which in the green room right now is $150. And you know, we're throwing an actual event, so there's all kinds of stuff. There's a secret thing on Tuesday too, which has to be fully planned out, but that's there. So it's almost 5 days on this one. So we usually do 4 days on the meetup, right? And the meetup's typically meetup week, we call it. And it's just a way to connect with all the people and for the people to connect with each other in real life, because the real value isn't to come see us. The real value is to create an environment where resellers can be around each other, see best practices, see how everyone else sources, and live it up in Austin, Texas for 4 or 5 days. Like, that's the truth. Everyone goes pretty much, you know, crazy at night, and they have fun, and, you know, all kinds of bonds are formed, and these bonds last a lifetime, you know. So that's what we're doing, and it's up to me and the 3 admins, or me and the other 2 admins, to foster that environment, to get that thing as optimized as we can. And so anyways, do we have discounted lodging for the meetup? Yes. That already is out in the green room right now. We have one place that we've contracted with that has a good discount right now. Austin is definitely super fun, and the thrift opportunities here and the retail arbitrage opportunities here are very, very good. Darren, I'm gonna make it to Austin one day to meet you, man. Yeah, whenever you're ready, let me know. I mean, I know your name from like years and years of you commenting, so I would probably move you up in the ranks if you want to do a ride along or something like that. What's up, Oreo Kid? This person's from Canada. Good morning, Chris. Good morning to you too. I think it's garage sale time, so I'm gonna add one more question. We got one more question, and you can actually see I'm putting on the belt right now, getting ready. All right, one more question. Who's the lucky person? What do you got? What do you want to know about that's lifestyle oriented? two more questions. Here's one. Why don't I have a meetup in Austin in the winter when it's not so hot? That's a good question, because the summer times when everyone has free times with their kids and stuff, the meetups are actually kid friendly as well. So how do I yard sale in rural areas? I make 100% sure it's gonna be worth my time. So that's just the way it is. Like, I don't go into rural unless I know there's something big. And usually if I go rural, it's a pick. It's something that's more vintage and antique based, which very rarely I do. Good morning, happy garage selling today, Veronica. Thank you. All right, one more question. One more lifestyle oriented question. What's bugging you guys out there? Let me know. One question. If you want to know anything about, like, let's say the other channel, or you know, something else that's lifestyle oriented, ask that question right now. And if you're lucky enough, I'll actually see it and I will pick it, because right now no one's asking anything. So you're almost guaranteed to get your question read. What do I do for eBay listings while I go on vacation? I put my store for the first time on vacation mode when I went to Vail, Colorado. And I enjoyed it, I guess. I mean, I sold a couple things, nothing crazy. Typically, in the past, I would just cancel out all my listings because, I don't know, people live in a time of now and they want things now. So if they're like, oh, you don't get your stuff for 10 days, it's kind of like a bummer. But I tried the vacation thing. I don't know if I really like it or not, but I did it. It was cool. So I'll just say it like that. Two more questions came in. Okay, here's the two questions I'm going to read. One was, would I do cardio on a hurt knee? Depends on how hurt the knee is. You know, it depends if it's, you know, ligament oriented or just bruised or something. And you want to definitely do something low impact. So I'll tell you the lowest impact would be probably riding a bicycle, more like a cruiser bicycle. Higher impact would be maybe a stair stepper or an elliptical in the gym. And then the most impact, of course, would be trail running, followed by actually level ground running. So yeah, you probably do not want to do that. You 100% do not want to do anything plyometric or hit routine based, where it causes you to shift around or something like that and be in the air. Definitely don't want to do that. But yeah, I would still work out on a hurt knee. I would make sure that the range of motion is never lost. That's super important. If you want to unhurt a knee or unhurt a part of your body, or improve back pain or something like that, you got to start bringing blood into that area. And most people don't realize that blood in the area brings nutrients and minerals into the area, which will heal it faster. So you have to bring blood in the area. It's like trigger point therapy, all that kind of stuff basically brings blood in the area. And then one more I think the other question was, and this is the last question, are there any starter workout plans that I have? This is a good question. I will be producing some. And the thing about a starter workout, I'll tell you, I have built something already behind the scenes that's going to be on my website soon. It's already fully built, but it's 11 must-do exercises if you're a guy, you know, so that's already built. It's a pretty cool guide. And yeah, I'm just waiting for a couple things to line up and then I'll do it. So, but as a startup workout plan, I can definitely build them. It really depends on what the person needs, a 3-day, a 4-day, a 5-day. But typically beginners are going to want a 3 or 4. And yeah, a lot more compound movements so they can start getting the strength and the frame that they are desiring. Because I really want to turn people not only into a fit person, I want to turn people, my goal is to turn you not only fit, but confident, super confident, whether you date the opposite sex, the same sex, or whatever. I want you to walk around feeling good all the time, feeling attractive, feeling like, you know, your body is aesthetically good looking as well, because that's important. There's a lot of fit people out there that don't look aesthetically fit, and it kind of sucks because you're like shortchanging yourself out of a completely different life that you could be living. So having an aesthetically fit body, and in other terms, a body that just looks really good and is impressive and people notice it, like, that's important for confidence and for attracting the other sex or the same sex, or, you know, whatever. That's important, to have an aesthetically pleasing body as well. So main reason why I never got into like true bodybuilding, or I got into strongman competitions or any of that kind of stuff, is because those bodies technically aren't like super pleasing. Like, people want the thin waist, the broad shoulders, and they don't want the masses of muscles. They don't care about that stuff. It's cool to see it as a freak show kind of thing, but it's not a desired thing, like an everyday thing, and it's definitely not sustainable. None of those bodybuilders are in a sustainable state, you know, for a very long period of time. But if you take somebody that has, you know, the right proportions, and they're in the right, you know, BMI range and everything, and they look badass, like, you, all through life, that person is living a completely different life than most people. Like, they live a life where people are continuously inspired by them, right? And they live a life where they're consistently, you know, getting very attractive to the other sex or the same sex, that kind of stuff. That's a whole different ballgame right there. And that's my goal, is to teach you guys how to be fit, but also how to be attractive and how to feel confident. Super important. So I'm starting up my truck, gonna hit a garage sale or 4. And I enjoyed talking with each one of you guys and gals out there. So have fun, get out there and, you know, start getting fit, create a lifestyle for yourself and create something sustainable. And it should be a lot of fun, all right? It shouldn't be painful. Remember, you're opening up a different chapter of your life, and most people think, like, I gotta get fit, I have to get fit, I got, you know, summer coming up, or I got this trip planned, I have to get fit for the pictures. Worst thing to think. If you're gonna get fit, this is a chapter in your book that needs to open, and it needs to really, you know, it needs to focus, and more chapters after that, subsequent chapters, need to improve on that. But it should never be a one and done kind of thing, or it should never be like, I have to. You should want to, okay? Because the second that you want something real bad and you keep wanting things and not having to do things, you're more likely to succeed when you want something bad enough. But if you have to do something, never going to be sustainable, and you're probably never going to succeed. So be careful. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. If you enjoyed this, make sure you put a comment down below, right? Because if we want more lifestyle Q&As on Fridays or whatever, I will make them for you. But let me know. All right, guys, see you later. Take it easy.